Exactly what's coming their way with this 4 protect 1 kind of style. I think drafted accordingly. They have a lot of answers for very few.
This tournament, even the games when they lost against Team Secret, they really gave them trouble. One game they should have won. It could actually be a 2-1 for Nigma in that previous series, but they want to group up around 20-25 minute mark and just push, take the Roche and try to finish the game.
Oh, it should be just about to get into the action. You see some beautiful shots with the crowd here. Of course, you know, VP, they didn't make it to the finals, but the crowd, they do not care. Having these superstars on the stage, Kuro versus Puppey here in Kiev, it couldn't be any better.
Yeah, we have the greatest region in Dota world, Europe against Europe. I can't complain, and we can't be biased.
Absolutely not. You know, what's the internet going to say about this one? That is the question. Everyone by their keyboards ready to make some comments about this matchup, ready to see if Nigma can bring it, take it to the level of Secret, or if Secret's going to be able to make this look like a walk in the park, something that a lot of the analysts have felt would be the case from the very beginning of this event. But Nigma, they have shown some impressive plays. They've come in with a very sort of entertaining style of Dota 2. One of the brilliances of this grand finals being a best of 5 is we know that throughout these games, we maybe are going to see a bit of experimentation. And as I say already in this game 1, coming in with the Sven is something different, and it's something we're going to see here firsthand if it's able to work at the top level against a team like Team Secret.
AJ, big fan of this Necrophos Parrot set, I see.
Oh, it's very nice.
Zooming in.
And indeed, in terms of who's playing what, as expected, of course, Zai will be rolling on the Necrophos down on the bottom lane in this off-lane position, and we'll see how many heroes they feel is needed to keep down here. Because one of the sort of ways that Nigma has been able to run away with games, it has been where Miracle's got that free farm in the safe lane, and he's been able to stay ahead for the whole match. We'll see how much sort of pressure Secret's able to put on him early on to make sure that this Sven doesn't just start spiraling out of control and farm in that sort of the initial 10 minutes after the laning stage that pushes Nigma to that point where they can close up games early.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Sven has a built-in cleave, so he will have more farm than any other hero on the map, especially if they decide to make some stacks. Zai already getting harassed on the bottom lane a lot.
Yeah, straight in. As soon as he pops the dev pulse, it's just a little bit of a heal, a little bit of damage. Nigma, they collapse onto him immediately. He'll get another heal out, but Zai, one more hit will do. He's got the Fairy Fire. He'll be fine. Now they'll turn towards Miracle. Miracle's actually taking a lot of damage for this attempt. He'll get back in, but Zai with the heal. The Flame Ball. They'll do it. They'll get first blood. They will lose. Zion returned, but Kuro, he's down. Double kill for Yapso. I mean, let's be honest. Yapso
You do not want to give this guy a double kill at the start. Also, he got the solo XP for both of these kills, already level 2.5.
Yeah, he said Yapso's going to say, Zai, don't come back down here. You're going to go jungle. I'm taking this lane for myself. Top lane, Puppey will fall. Nigma's able to run down the Snapfire. But a very exciting start already. Both side lanes kicking off. And yes, you mentioned it. You've got to keep your eye on Yapso. Yapso Rubik, he's had so many games where you have this sort of start, you give him a double kill, by the 10-minute mark, he's going to be walking around with 10 kills in the back.
Yeah, I want to see if he's going to go for Spirit Vessel build this game. It's extremely effective against all of these heroes. Chen, Io, plus Timbersaw. Zai, once again, getting harassed a lot.
Yeah, it's all part of Yapso's plan. He's like, come on, Zai, can you know, just give up your life, give me the solo lane. You know, Yapso is... Oh, he knows what size level 1 Zai definitely still rather vulnerable to these two heroes, so just have to watch out a little bit down here.
Oh, region for Nisha, that's a big one.
Very, very nice. Be able to get the free reset in the lane. How's the CS going so far? Very nice for Nisha, 10 for 3 against the 6 for 1, so already a decent beginning for the Morphling. And in terms of this 1v1 lane, how would you consider it to be expected to go? The Morph obviously has a greater time of hitting the creeps, but you do have to be careful. Once the levels are there in the puck, he can catch you off with the silence and burst you down.
Yeah, you just don't want to shift everything into Agi in this kind of a matchup. There's a high burst damage from puck, no points in phase shift yet, but the thing is, he hits almost 2 times while you hit once, and that region actually helped him a lot. He'll also be forced to bring more Flask and Tangos in that lane. GH dropping low.
Oh, they do have the Snapfire, could keep up. GH is able to duke it out. Still, Matu gets the bashes, but the regen's too much. He knows he cannot continue to attempt to go for GH. Down will be cancelled by Puppey as he scatter blasts across the 2 of them.
They don't have the answer for this Timbersaw. The only hero who's good against him, at least after the laning stage. I mean, they have after the laning stage, don't get me wrong. You have Morphling who can turn into him. You have Rubik to steal his pure damage spells, but in the laning stage, once he hits level 3, level 5, you don't have anything against him.
And still, you know, keeping eyes on that mid lane. It's you know, Nisha is just, he is getting ahead by quite some CS. 17 for 9 against the 10 for 1. I mean, it really is just down to how comfortable you are on a Morphling, and I don't think there's anyone in the world that's more comfortable than Nisha on his Morph. He knows the exact numbers. He's never going to sit in a position where Weehard can burst him down, and with that in mind,
the cookie?
He can play with the regen and stay alive, see if Puppey can get in range. He will turn to trade towards Mind Control now, Matumba Man. But Mind Control, very, very tanky. Hard for them to really do much harassment on at all as he's able to stay aggressive. CS, very nice for him, 20 for 4, 11 for 1, and Matu definitely struggling against the pressure of this Timbersaw that's consistently in his face, thanks to the backup of GH Isaiah.
And you can't even try lane top, he's unkillable at the moment. If you want to get a kill, you should definitely try to go for Io, because Mind Control is not dying here.
Puppey is able to hide in the trees, start to heal back up as Mind Control does continue to hunt, see if he can cancel this out, but Puppey gets the full use out of it. He's back up to full HP. Still a decent amount of mana to play with Mind Control, so he'll take away immediately half of Puppey's health after the full heal. Just continuing to cause a lot of problems for them on this top lane. It's still, you know, Secret, I don't think they'll be too fussed about the side lanes, considering they know that in the mid lane, Nisha, free farm, free experience, this Morphling is having a perfect time. Bottom lane, Nigma, able to dive in. Underneath the tower, Zai gets caught out. The burst in the middle lane, a jump from Weehard, but there's the punish. The gank from Yapzor. He comes in towards the mid. One of the reasons why Zai did go down bottom, but totally worth it for Secret. They're making this lane even more of a nightmare for Weehard.
Wondering who's gonna rotate mid. Like, the only way you kill Morph, if you silence him before he can get his Morph off, and the Timbersaw when he's level 6. Otherwise, I do not see him dying.
Well, but yeah, sort of at all, right? Sort of down the line. It's not going to get easier to kill this Morph as the game goes on.
It's going to be really tough because they're limited on the catch and on the control. We saw Nisha playing against No One Shadowfin. He did a mistake. Like, he morphed everything into Agi, got too raised, and just died. So he can make a mistake, don't get me wrong.
So far, so good for him, though. There's free farm for him. Of course, free farm still down on the bottom lane for Miracle, and those inclusions in the kills. He's going to try and go on Zion with the extra backup of GH. He can stand tall against the heals, gets the kill, and now turning towards maybe Puppey and Yapzor. Miracle will back off as GH starts to heal him back up. But Zai, it's... I mean, again, this seems to all sort of be going to plan for Secret. It's sort of part of their recipe of winning, right? You know, Zai dies quite a few times at the start and then wins the game, you know? I feel like if you're a team playing against Secret and you keep killing Zai, you kind of know yourselves. You're like, well, we're killing Zai, but what does that matter?
Yeah, every single team have been there killing Zai multiple times, then suddenly in the mid game, Zai just does some amazing stuff, better with a blink or a force staff. His positioning in team fights is extremely good. So we getting pressured on the mid lane, has Dream Coil to work with.
It's being forced back. We'll have to take the walk back to base. No further regen on him, so more time where Weehard is just unable to keep a check on Nisha's Morph mid. Nisha gets all the space in the world right now. Bottom lane, again, moving in aggressively onto Zai, using the God Strength. It's a lot of damage, but Zai will be able to keep his distance. Miracle won't be able to quite finish him off this time. Kuro and GH sticking around, allowing them to do a good job of taking this tower down very early. 7 minutes into the tier 1's nearly falling. They step forward once again to Zai. He's got the Ghost Form. Miracle is playing very confidently with this health and the heals, and he will manage to get the kill. Another kill onto Zai, down bottom. They'll see if they can get more as they run over towards Yapzor. Miracle's slow, but he knows with the sustain from GH that he can play as aggressive as he is. Yapzor and Puppey will be forced back. They won't die. Or maybe, well, not yet. Miracle again. Charging in, Yapzor will stand strong underneath tier 2. They won't be able to catch him out.
Another confident that by Zai, as expected, they got the tier 1 tower. There's a lot of damage once he pops that God Strength, extra damage from Warcry and the Alpha Wolf on top of that.
Oh, look at this, Nisha dodging the stun from Sven, just turning up against the three of them, trying to get a fight going. He sets up Kuro to be killed off by Yapzor's Fade Bolt. Miracle will charge towards the Rubik, and Yapzor, without any regen left, will fall in return as they'll get the trade. But Nisha, he's still around here. He still knows how strong he is as this Morph. He can continue to fight these two heroes. GH, he'll get himself away with a further tether. He will live. But already you're seeing how comfortable Nisha is. He knows exactly where to use his power, and at such an early time, 8 minutes in, he's trying to leave this mid to get things going elsewhere.
Yeah.
Overall though, 2K lead for Nigma, one of the lanes we haven't talked about too much. This top lane does continue to just be free farm, soaked up by Mind Control's Timbersaw, and Matuma Man's Void is having a slow start.
Puppey in a little bit of trouble. Where's the orb? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna hit. But this one will.
There we go,
4 points. I love that. Extremely effective against the Morphling, against the Necrolite, and Faceless Void as well. You do not expect this kind of a long silence this early on.
Mid, Nisha.
Silence action.
Yeah, tried to catch out Weehaw, but Weeha's quick with the face. He does jump away, but Nisha reads the movement. He's on top of him. There's no spell left for Weehaw. Nisha, I mean, you know, sort of, you pick a puck against this guy, sure, you're going to be able to pull off some plays against him, but Nisha is going to be ready to turn into the puck and pull off plays against you himself.
This is why I love this combo. Morphling plus Rubik. You have one good spell, well, we're going to steal 2 of those.
That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of spell stealing that Secret can use to their advantage this game. Top, more aggression from Mind Control. He's sort of slowly and silently been sitting here on the top lane, getting stronger and stronger as the Timber. Secret will start to pull more resources into this area. They're going to relocate in to dive for the easy kills. Mind Control will deal with Puppey. Puppey bounces away as he swallows on the cookie, but Mind Control's on top of him, slaps him down, gets the kill. Up in the tree line, Yapsel's been surrounded. Miracle, GH, and Weehaw will find themselves the second one. Nigma coming to this area of the map where they know that they're at the strongest at this moment in time. Miracle will be brought back to the mid lane. Just a bit of a punch onto Nisha, knows that this isn't a kill they can get. So Nigma, they realize what they can do. They know that Morphling cannot really be threatened right now. They're just trying to do their best to feed off of everyone else on Secret side.
The thing is, this Nigma's lineup could easily just explode. Sven needs one item, Mask of Madness, which will increase his farming abilities on top of 3 points in cleave already, and he's going for that Crystallis. This is the most efficient, cost-efficient item in the game right now.
Plus 45 damage for 2130 gold. And you know, that's before you account into the crit that you get as well. And what better hero to use it on, and you know, what better sort of timing to play with. You know how Nigma likes to move. They're getting aggressive, diving in on the mid. There's going to be a TP in, top lane as well. Mind Control causing havoc for Zai as he's diving under the tower. Zai is not going to have any sort of backup come in because the rest of Secret, they've gone towards mid. Zai's going to try his best to run this one away. Mind Control, not enough mana to finish up the kill. Doesn't look like it. Coil back to midnight. Coil moves in, over they go. Matthew doesn't get the charge. Time Walker, drop a chrono. They've lost the Void. Nigma, they're turning up the heat as 2 die on Secret. Nigma, they're starting to get that momentum going the way that they've been winning many of the games this lap. And finally, up top, Mind Control will cut down Zai. He cannot get away. They are speeding things up. Only Nisha's Morph that holds some sort of strength right now in Secret's lineup. Zai and Matu, they are crumbling. They're falling further and further behind. And Nigma, they're making it hurt for Secret.
All these pieces are coming together very quickly for Nigma. You're going to have Mech on Chen. Io's getting the items. Sven, once he gets that Crystallis, all it takes is one bad fight near the Roche pit. They're going to get that Aegis, put it on the Sven. Even though he's not the greatest hero to have Aegis on, he's still the tower sieger for the team.
And with sort of the farm he has, even if he pops the God Strength and dies with the backup and buffering of the Io, he still hurts without the God Strength. You know, don't get me wrong, this hero is still strong considering how farmed he is this early on. This tier 2 taken, Secret showing no interest in defending it. As 12 minutes in, Nigma really starting to take control of Secret's half of the map.
Yeah, so far Team Secret took 0 towers. They need to put some pressure on the bottom, but the Nigma is not stopping.
I'll see if they want to try and push up the high ground. It's only 12 minutes in, but Nigma, they are going straight up. Secret, they've got to respond to this. TP back with Yapsor, they'll start to nuke them down. Time for the stop to the Reaper snipe there, but it hasn't got Miracle. He's back up to full.
Chrono
though, the Mortimer's kisses, they continue to fly in. Do they have the damage though? Secret have stolen stuns out. They burst down Chen, cooking forward onto side, stuns the 2 of them. They've lost 2 on Nigma. Mind Control, Kuro and GH, they're doing their best to get out. The 2 supports will escape. As that coil holds them down at least enough to make sure that 3 of Nigma will survive. The Secret, they come in, they formulate a defense, and it's a very successful one, knocking out 2 of Nigma's cores.
Slow down there a bit. I mean, it's a minute 12. You don't need to hit the tier 3 towers. I think Sven still needs that item, and also getting a fight, getting the Roche for that Sven so he can do this kind of a Superman stuff. is going to be necessary.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, you looked at the gold there. I think he must have only been like 100 gold away from the Crystallis. So he's effectively pushing in with 2k gold of his net worth in the bank. And early on at 13 minutes, that's a considerable amount of farm that you're trying to push without.
They did such a good job just baiting that Reaper side. They know where the threat comes from, and they instantly go into Roche Pit. They know there's no Chrono, there's no Reaper side, so they can take a fight. This is how they've been abusing lineups that have high cooldowns.
And with that item now done, so last time that push was without the Crystallis. Now it comes with the crit and the Aegis. And you know that Nigma, they are not going to be taking their foot off the pedal. As soon as this is picked up, they'll be charging down mid, looking for tier 2s, and very much likely to be looking to try again to break the high ground. You know that Chronosphere, that incredibly long 2-minute and 40-second cooldown. Still 1 minute after that previous defense up top until it is back.
Faceless Void does not have a single item. I mean, it's minute 14, but it feels like we're already 20-25 minutes in the game considering how fast the Nigma is playing.
Optimization from Miracle after Crystallis, straight for that BKB. Knows that there is little to anything they can do through that. Sure, there's still going to be a Chronosphere maybe to hold him down, waste some of the duration of it. But in regards to killing him through the BKB, it's pretty much impossible for Secret's lineup right now. If Nigma can keep themselves grouped together. Secret's best bet to try and make sure that Nigma don't get the waves and opportunity to push up to high ground once more. Continue to buy time for Nisha, whose farm still holds very closely to that of Miracle Sven. Itemization, he is going to queue up and go for that E-Blade rush. Yeah. He knows they have to have some sort of power to just instantly wipe heroes of Nigma, get to the back lines, get rid of these supports that are providing so much sustain to Nigma's cause.
Secret is very vulnerable at the point. 3k gold lead for Nigma, and there's a 3 unspent gold on.
He's going to find the setup. Here's the combo. Chrono into they've got to get rid of the IO, but GH still lives. The telekinesis is there from Yapsor. They separate the IO and knock him out of the fight. Miracle is going to try and continue to push on forward. He's surrounded by the 4 of them, and that's the Aegis gone. This was Nigma's move with the Aegis, and they've already lost it. They need backup. They need it now, Miracle. He's going to get it. We are just across the silence. It catches out Nisha off guard. He cannot start to morph. The morph is dead, and now they look towards Matsuma Man. He's into the trees and trying to hide, but Miracle and Weeha stay on top of him. The stun, have they got further control? Another time walks there. Weeha won't be able to close the gap with the silence, as Matu will be able to sneak away in the trees.
Now it's time to go. They still have Mac. Chronosphere is on cooldown for the next 2 minutes. They don't need that God Strength to actually take that fight. Crystallis will do the damage. A lot of attack speed from Master Madness and Overcharge. Time to go for that tier 3.
Yeah, they may have lost the Aegis, but for the ultimates used, that's totally worth it for Nigma. They know that they have no reason to back off. Up they go. Tier 3 starting to take a beating. Secret, they'll have Nisha back in a few seconds for this hold. See how much they can slow it down. They're going to attempt an initiation on Miracle, but they just go for him immediately. Reaper side. He will live. Reapers, they've got their heals. Keeps Miracle fine and above the threshold. He'll live. Dream Code down onto the 2 of them. Stops Secret from poking for more. Looks like Nigma wants to go for a bit of a reset. They'll respect that Nisha's back in the game. They'll buy themselves some time, head elsewhere. There's still some free gold for them to clean up on the map. Tier 2s do still stand in that mid lane and bottom lane.
Yeah, they do not want to take another fight before Sven gets a BKB. They should respect more this Morphling, who's about to finish his E-Blade on combo from Reaper side, and that shotgun. Also, Physical Chrono will be up. Matu doing a good job on the bottom lane, trying to get some gold for his team. And Puck denies the tower, sadly for them.
In the jungle, Secret coming out. A Miracle, mind control, and GH, they are ready to turn and fight Yapsor. Over the quick focus first, Rubik is gone. Zai and Puppy have to go immediately back towards the high ground. They cannot try and fight Nigma outside the base, particularly when they are hero down. They'll get them out of there, they'll keep their distance. Nigma's got the mid lane pushing in. They'll take another tier 2 tower. All of these towers pushing Miracle closer and closer towards the BKB. They need Nisha to hit those items. Will find a good one. Does manage to pick up the Pupil's Gift on Morph. So adding additional stats to the potential combo that's about to be unveiled. Few hundred gold and the E-Blade will be done. So now at least Secret, they can look to just delete one of the supports. Get rid of this Io, get rid of this Ken. so that there is that opportunity for the Reaper Scythe players to come in, because so far, every single time Zai's gone for a target, there's been more than enough heals from Nigma to keep their core safe.
Yeah, if he uses that Reaper Scythe, there's gonna be Mech plus Shen ulti on top of Magic Wand. They need to cut into backlines, find this IO, find the Shen, because they're providing too much heal.
A try for Mind Control, but Wehar's going to be in with the counterplay. Gets the three-man stun and stand the coil. Puppy's in trouble. He's trying his best to duke it out. Matumba Man comes in with the chrono.
Get that IO.
Damage to get with the IO. The Hannibal comes out. GH is still alive, finally falls. They'll kill off the IO. He's gone for 30. Puppy buys back. He knows with the numbers advantage, but they've got to try and push this fight. Zai, he's in trouble. The cookie save comes into play. Puppy will get Zai back up to the high ground. Buyback keeping that Necrophos alive. Puppy from the high ground.
There's the E-Blade.
Shoot out the morning, but Nisha in with the E-Blade reveal. Goes towards Miracle to cut him down. The stun is gone. And now they'll go for Mind Control. They've lost two. They're going to lose a third. The bash is in play. Mind Control will fall. As Nigma lose a bit of a painful fight here. Secret's power starting to show. Nisha, he's played it smart. He played for this timing, focused on getting the E-Blade done. And now Secret, they've got the resources to win these fights.
That's exactly what they needed, that shotgun. Sven still does not have a BKB, and they overextended there a little bit, not respecting the damage coming out from Team Secret. Also, Secret, they understand where the threat comes from, killing the IO first. I'm not sure if IO had the buyback there, but if he had, I'm pretty sure that he would buy back.
Yeah, we've dead for 30, and I mean, it must have just been the money. Was short and unable to get back in.
Oh, there's some also miscommunication, if I remember correctly. Chan was going for Mech, and IO ended up going for one. Pretty sure I saw Buckler and Headdress, yeah.
All right, yeah, a little bit of sort of money off the mark there. I mean, you can imagine Enigma, there's definitely, evidently some sort of panic. They know that they cannot allow this game to slow down. If it slows down another sort of team fight or two, suddenly this morph's going to be in territory where Nisha can rule the entire fight. They've got to keep going, Nigma. They
There's the BKB.
Stop. Here we go. Looking towards Nisha, has already shifted heavily into the strength. Is there any further control to kill this man? He's silenced. Miracle's coming in around the tree line. Nisha, how's he going to play his way out of this? Turns into the puck. He's got the orb to create a good amount of distance. Jumps over with the silence. Goes for the TP. There's no way to cancel it. Nisha outplays and escapes.
Very nicely done. Also, they should be worried about those stolen spells. They have Rubik, they have Necrolyte, so any kind of a silence, any pure damage coming from the Timber. So once the BKB's down on Sven on top of Shotgun.
Relocate move comes into play. Zai was trying to silently push out this top lane. I don't know if there's any way he can escape this one. They brought the full 5-man in, and Zai
Kamikaze!
may have got the wave pushed out. You know, he's managed to take a good amount of attention away from the base, but he'll lose his life for it. Still, this is sort of Zai things. Yeah. No, this is absolutely no reason to sort of get too worried if you're a Zai fan out there. This is all part of his play.
He's buying time for his team. He understands that Faceless Void still needs more items to be efficient. Massive Madness plus the full Maelstrom finished on him. Also, there's a lot of heal on Team Secret side. You have Necro, he already finished the mech. Also, Cookie, anything stolen from the Rubik as well, if you can get the Hand of God.
Yeah, a lot of counter plays potential, and then Yabsor, he's always going to be in position to find those steals, no doubt about it. Nigma being a little more tentative about how they approach this high ground once more. That whole early push up top, ending in a bit of a disaster, and then that fight around mid, it really has slowed things down for Nigma. Suddenly this lead that they were starting to grow and get closer towards potentially, taking some of the away, it's come back right back down.
Next Roche could be up pretty soon. That's what Nigma is waiting. If they can play around Chrono, not lose anyone, or just have buyback on the target that they go for. So right now, GA should just save for the buyback, because he's going to be the primary target.
Yeah, they've got to make sure that he's ready with that second life. One of the sort of the age-old counters to these spells, such as Reaper's Scythe and Chronosphere.
Well, not the old Reaper's Scythe, but you could not buy back. Ice Frog, I'm looking at you.
Oh yeah, back in the day. Sable in buyback. It may come back one day.
How is that even in game? Like, how is that allowed?
Just, I mean, it's... Yeah, You got to be honest, though, it was very satisfying. You know, you played a pub and you were playing
Yeah, if you're
Necrophos.
playing
Necro. It was the ultimate tilting tool. Taking someone out for a good 2.5 minutes and no counterplay at all. But of course, with the state of the game at the moment, there is that answer, and GH will be making sure that he's got the gold and he's ready to come in with those buyback relocate plays to keep fights going the way of Nigma. He does take sort of the whole brunt of the initiation from Secret. Nigma.
Zai, solo ganking mind control in mid lane, not very effective.
Bit of a tickle between the two of them. I mean, Zai knows as long as he can sort of hold this wave at the same area that mind control's bringing it to, it makes it harder and harder for Nigma to start going towards those tier 3s again. Miracle is watching from the sideline. Pushes to the base, does start getting bottom lane. A quick pick from Nisha and Yapzor as Weehi's grabbed and nuked down. Mid lane, Snapfire Cookie to set up as they'll look towards the Timbersaw. He is big, he is tanky. And the Timberman's in the neighborhood. They can really try and go for this. They'll start looking for some bashes. There's going to be a buyback from We Are, in fact. Nigma, they want to fight this. This isn't Chrono and Reaper's side, so they do have ways
and already
to take the by Secret. They're committing with the God Strength. Miracle.
Look at Zai.
He's turning towards Zai. Will pop the Greaves. Goes form as well. He's living.
He's buying time.
He's trying to bait them in. And instead of the Timberman's coming with the Chrono. Now the BKB comes out. They'll commit with Sven onto Zai. Finally, they'll kill him. But they've used a lot. They've used buybacks, ultimates, BKBs just to kill Zai. They'll now find in the river Nisha. He's
Oh, get the Morphling!
He didn't start shifting. He just said, kill me. He just snapped the coil and killed himself. He had ample time to start shifting. He was not silenced, but a rare misplay from Nisha.
Yeah, you rarely see mistakes like this on Nisha.
And he's gone for 40 seconds. He does not have buyback. Nigma, you know, not necessarily the biggest of windows, but it is a window and opportunity to maybe try and get something done. Chronosphere is still up for Matumba Man, so not necessarily a clear opening to take racks, but definitely a tier 3 to be back on the menu with this Morphling out of the game.
Once they pick up bounties, he's going to have enough for buyback, but it's only 15 seconds left, and he has Glyph ready. Double damage to Sven.
See what he can get done here. Now far from the end, they've got Reaper side, Hunter got a heal still. Damage they do, but the Chrono comes through. They're focusing the Io. One of the cities to take on the back line, but we are in. Able to stop. Can they get GH? They cannot. GH wounded. So Chrono taking over one for Timberman. Nisha, wavebombs across. Batu will try and walk away in time. Miracle pops the BKB, takes the tower. It's gone. As Nigma, they'll take the tier 3. They're ready to bail out. They don't want to try and push their luck for anything more. They've lost mind control on the high ground. They'll just do their best to get out of there.
I thought this was not gonna end up this well for Team Nigma because it was such a nicely placed Chrono. They already used every single damage, but we controlling Snapfire in the backlines, only one kiss.
Yeah, it was, I think, straight in, and the Yule step to just throwing Puppey up into the air and putting that whole combo to a finish. And without that, that would have absolutely been a dead Io. So smart moves from Weehart to just constantly keep a read on the backlines of Secret. These additional items do continue to funnel in for Miracle. He has a completed AC. Will look to run down Zai on his own, committing the God Strength and trying to chase for this. The rest of Nigma are heading up to connect him, but Zai a little too elusive. Back in the river, Weehart, he's dead.
He has no buyback. They can run into Roche Pit right now.
They absolutely can with no puck. The team fight from Nigma has been heavily reduced. Into the pit they go. Nisha ready to sort of redeem himself after that bit of a slip up in the river. He'll go towards Roshan. He should be able to find this Aegis without any interruption from Nigma, and if they do try and take this fight, it's not going to be easy. Secret, they've got full control around the pit. And with no puck, there just isn't the initiation that Nigma required to make an easy play here. Maybe they can still look to walk in and take things, but already on the side, mind control, nuked down by the combo. Nisha able to burst in with the E-Blade. This is now 2 cores down for Nigma. More than enough space for Secret to reap the benefits of Roshan. Grab this Aegis on Nisha. And ready to look for more. They'll head towards the top lane. Nigma, they're still out on the map. They've got to get out of here. Already trying to scout things out with the Mortimer's Kisses. They will manage to TP away before Matu's able to get in and look for a lucky bash.
Any stolen spell from Timber, so extremely effective, pure damage. Yapzor just keeping that Chakram for Timbersaw, especially when he's on low cooldown. So there's another combo, Chakram plus Reaper Sight on top of E-Blade.
Of course, with that being the second Roche as well, Nisha not only having the Aegis is going to keep the cheese in his backpack. So you've effectively got to go through this Morph 3 times if you want to put a stop to him. And Nisha, sort of for the most part of this game, it has been another top-tier Morphling performance. He played it smart at the start, he hit these item timings, and he has become this threat that Nigma they're starting to panic about.
Talk about the perfect item, Craggy Coat on Necrophos to mitigate that physical damage coming out from Sven. Foiled and...
Only onto Yapster though. A bit of a weak initiation from Nigma as Dai just draws their attention away.
Please focus me, he says.
They'll kill him pretty quickly. Maybe they can get more. No, we have been burst and Matsu. He's found the perfect setup. The corner down to 3 of them. Do they have the damage to get rid of the eye? They're focusing GH down. The hand don't come through. GH, he will live for now. Gets himself away. Nisha stays on top of them. The final burst isn't enough. Another 10 across. GH will live. Duking them out. Finally, Matsu finishes the kill. BKB in a time out to bring him back up to full HP. Miracle. He's going for the TP out.
There's the back.
They have the TP cancelers. Miracle left behind. 3 then on Nigma. Make that a 4. Secret run over the fight. It's a 3K lead now. And those hopes that Nigma had early to close this game up around that 25-minute mark that they've always looked to do so in this tournament, it's really drifting away. Secret, they have to lead. And this game does not get any easier for Nigma considering the draft that Secret's sporting.
Problem is, Puck died, so he can't keep them in place, so Sven can actually deal the damage. Also, he does not have a clear target right now. Nisha, you do not want to focus this guy because he has 2 lives. I think someone popped the cheese or he handed it to Face Floyd to use it. Did not see it in the previous fight.
And here's the push. Nisha has
Still on Face Floyd, yep.
He can take these buildings pretty quickly. 20 seconds without Miracle. He's not wanting to use that buyback. He's holding on to it. Jump over the silence. Nisha's quick with the shift. It's so hard for them to really get something going now. Now that they're playing from behind, they'll go with the coil. But where is that follow-up? It snaps on Nisha. They'll force him back safely. A cookie.
That's a level 50.
Back out.
Got them extra health restored from the cookie. Poppy, you can see him smiling. He's happy the way they're playing right now.
Yeah, definitely. Secret, again, sort of all the pressure that Nigma was trying to bring this whole game, have now been the ones that 30 minutes in to run down mid, take the first melee racks of the game. As Nigma, it's going to be so hard for them now to hold on. 10, 2, and 7 on Nisha's Morphling. This man ready to carry this game to victory for Secret. And Nigma, their heroes, they don't offer any obvious answers to a late game morph.
They understand we need to try, go all in. It could be Owen, if they just lose one more fight, they just call it, because they understand their late game is really inferior to what he has.
He did. He found the 8 cannon burst in his time. They're looking to finish it off. The Mortimer Kisses are flying over from the distance. They're blocking damage. Over towards 10 they go. Nisha looks for the easier kill. Kuro's out of the fight. And now they can continue to break down Nigma one by one. BKB, pop by Nakumaman. They'll hold mind control off the side. Yapsor and Matsu pushing back the Miracles then. GH will go for the TP away, makes it out before anything's there to cancel it.
I love what Matu is doing. He's just chasing Sven, trying to get a bash on him or force him to use it, either BKB or his ulti, and then they just back off. These 2 cores on Team Secret, very slippery, very hard to kill if there's no control coming out from Puck's silence.
And that is all the control. The Sven Stormhammer is such sort of a weak initiation tool with the travel time of it. There's so many counterplays the Secret can pull off in time. It's all on Weehart to make those jumps, and he just hasn't found the opportunity to make those sort of fight-defining jumps at this point of the game.
They were prioritizing farm on Timbersaw instead of Puck. He was like more doing stuff, moving around the map because Sven was taking a lot of farm, and we can see that in terms of net worth.
Sort of a clean-up job now for Secret as they take away the final tier 2 towers. This bottom lane's gone. They still have the one up top to go for. They'll head back, and it will be Zai's mission to start shoving this lane all the way around.
Zai, always on Mission Impossible.
So he's sort of like, he's a lone ranger, likes to play out alone. I mean, and this is sort of your standard successful Zai scoreboard. 210, I think probably at one point of the game is probably 1-8 and 1.
You forgot 8. That's the death number.
Yeah, you know, that's the higher the deaths on Zai, the better he's playing. Mid lane, YapzOr is found. Nigma finding an opportunity off the back of this smoke to start to pick apart the support. Can catch on to Puppey. Dream Core has been used, and this is the problem. Matsu's going to try and
zoning Chrono
play, but GH, he's not messing around. He's going to ensure that Miracle is safe, takes him out immediately, worried about any sort of further follow-up from Secret. As that is the Chrono gone. It's sort of a bit of a sigh of relief for Nigma now that they can look to make these plays maybe once more if they do the ability to get further smokes out, as that was successful in at least taking away one of Secret's members. Not a big one, of course, just the support YapzOr. The 3 cores are more than fine. That's where the real problem comes for Nigma.
They're still in this game. Sven, if he finds a good pickup, but the kiting potential, that's what I'm afraid of. You have these 2 cores who are pretty hard to kill. You have a 4-staff, a Necro, also pretty hard to take down with all the items, also Craggy Coat for some extra armor.
Down lane, on the bottom.
Shortest timber chain in history.
Puppey, stop it with the cookie. As for yours control, buying time for the rest of Secret to come across here. We hunt a little time coming to the back line. He's there. Won't be enough, but this bear is taking so much damage from Nisha. He's just moving on the morph. The right click has far too much for Nigma to deal with right now. As Secret, they just clean up with ease. Their lineup plays itself so much more nicely than the heroes that Nigma have here. As every single engagement just seems to be impossible for Nigma when Secret have the full fireman. Mind control, he's got no escape. This game is seeming to be in the books for Secret.
Once you get that Scotty, Sven is pretty much crippled, can't move in a team fight. And they're doing a good job now focusing the Sven. If they have eyes on Io, of course, they're going to focus him, but Sven can easily go down as well.
This high ground is falling. This bottom lane's going. They've got the fortifications. Secret, they see an opportunity to move mid and to continue the bloodshed over towards Kuro and Glimmer, but Nisha has no mercy to spare. There'll be a buyback from Miracle, but he's without his Timbersaw, his Shed. Not that it feels like it matters at this point with how far Nigma are behind. All they can do is sit back and watch Secret take out a full second set of barracks. Secret, they've just been masterful in the way. They knew exactly how Nigma was going to want to play this game. They turned up with a draft that was very clear on the timings they wanted to work towards. Secret, they kept their call. They made sure they lost nothing other than a tier 3 inside their own base. They brought the entire game for Nisha to get out as he does. He's so good at reading the positions. Whenever a team is trying to play as Nigma is, going in with these 5-man pushes, Nisha always knows what areas of the map he can go to and make sure that his farm stays consistent with a team that's not only getting kills early, but also getting objectives. Nisha, he never falls far behind.
They're still respecting Team Nigma, but they planted 2 nice observer wards to see any kind of movement coming out from Nigma.
Coming straight back in, Matsu.
They just wanted Chrono to be back online.
For a Chrono to end this game. Kuro. He's out a little too far forward. Matsu's going to jump in. He's caught Kuro. He's caught Miracle. Over they go to the sun. He's got any safety to offer. Can he get him out in time? He cannot. Miracle dead for over 2 minutes. That was the Chrono to end the game. Secret, they'll run down mid. The tier 4 will fall. Nisha standing
popping the mango,
holding them in the base, stealing the mangoes, killing off the edge, and he's trying to make oh, Nisha! Okay.
Killing himself, sorry about that one.
I don't know if this is going to matter, but Nisha does dive to the fountain. Secret, they are just focused in the base. I don't think Nigma's going to be able to push them off, or are they a stolen dream call from YapzOr issues? Catching out the 2 of them. Kuro's going to be back up in 10. Zai's getting a little bit low. They do have the damage. They actually bust down Zai. Okay. Zai and Nisha buy back. Natsu desperately just trying to finish this game. He says, boys, stop clowning around. This game is ours. I'm hitting the Ancient, but he's actually not going to be able to do it.
Morphling is coming. Needs 5 seconds to be back in the base.
All right, Nisha. Can he put an end to this? He can. We are gone. Over towards the Ancient they go once more. Another jump in there from Weho, does buy back, but the end's already fallen. Secret will clean up this game 1 as GG is called.
You do not expect this kind of mistakes to happen from Team Secret, especially in the grand finals. They're a very disciplined team, but
yeah, a little bit clowning.
Yeah, they were. Nisha won that when he snapped the coil without using the morph, now dying on the fountain, but still in the end they won the game.
Yeah, sort of every other aspect of that game was just another
That's physical damage coming up from Sven. Oiled
Only on the Astro though. A bit of a weak initiation from Nigma as Dive just draws their attention away.
Please